And then I will go. Good evening. I'd like to call the regular Borough Council meeting of November 23rd, 2020 to order. This meeting has been properly advertised in the Home News Tribune of November 11th, 2020, according to the Public Law 1975, Chapter 231. Due to COVID-19, this meeting is being held by means of the use of electronic communication equipment via online video conference provided by Zoom.us. May I ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Council President Farkas?
Here.
Councilman Dixon?
Here.
Councilman Ligotti?
Here.
Councilwoman Neubauer? Councilman Peretti?
Here.
Councilman Zambrana?
Here.
And just note for the record that your professionals are also in attendance this evening.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda, we will have a moment of silence, followed by a salute to the flag. We'll start with a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Mayor, I'm just going to note for the record at 7:03, Anna was able to join us, and I've noted that for the record.
Thank you. Hi, Anna. Okay, so moving on. I have a proclamation to read. I was contacted by the former mayor of East Brunswick, Mr. Neary, who is involved with the Keep Middlesex Moving. And last week was World Remembrance Day for Road Traffic Victims. So I have a proclamation. Whereas recognizing road traffic deaths claim 1.35 million people worldwide annually, the United Nations has designated the second Sunday in November as World Remembrance Day for Road Traffic Victims. And whereas the purpose of this day is to remember all people killed and seriously injured on the roads, acknowledge the crucial work of the emergency services, advocate for better support for road traffic victim and victims' families, promote actions to prevent and eventually stop further road traffic deaths and injuries. And whereas in 2019, according to state police records, there were 529 road traffic fatalities, including drivers, passengers, bicyclists, and pedestrians ages 17 to 80 plus. And whereas through November 9th, 2020, there have been 487 fatalities in New Jersey, including 58 in Middlesex County. And whereas the causes of these deaths include accidents at intersections, unsafe speeds, distracted driving, driving under the influence of alcohol, and driver inexperience. And whereas improvements to road design and infrastructure combined with effective laws, policies, education, and funding, improve the safety of all road users. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Milltown joins the United Nations in designating the week of November 16th as World Remembrance Day for road traffic victims, in recognizing roadway fatalities are not inevitable, and in promoting actions and policies to improve road safety. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the Borough of Milltown to be affixed this 23rd day of November, 2020. So I thank him for including all of the mayors of Middlesex County, and I'm sure we all know people who have been impacted by road traffic accidents. So I appreciate Milltown being able to join in, and hopefully, I know our police and Nick, from public safety, we do a lot, but distracted driving and all of the other things that contribute to it, hopefully can be somewhat prevented with education and careful monitoring. Okay. So now we will move on to approval of the minutes. First, we have the minutes of October 26, 2020. Do we have any comments or corrections? Then I would ask for a motion to approve
Motion
them.
that minutes be approved as typed.
Second.
Oh, Mimi, are we going to do both together or just one?
Oh,
at a
you can,
time?
you've separated them. That's fine. We'll just do it again. But I'm sorry, I didn't hear the second. Who was the second?
We have a motion by Councilman Legati and second by Councilman Zambrana.
Ready.
Freddie, sorry, I wasn't looking.
Okay. All right. Thank
Will
you.
Clerk, please call the roll. Or do
This is, you can do it. You can do it all.
sorry. I went off script. Yes. So all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So then you can, the motion carries and now you can do your second set.
Okay. So now we have the minutes of the last meeting, November 9th, 2020. Any comments? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the minutes be approved as typed.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Legati, second by Council President Farkas. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, next we have comments from the audience on resolution. If any member of the public wishes to speak on any of the resolutions, please follow the directions given by the clerk and say your name and address for the record. These comments are limited to resolutions listed on the agenda. Also, please note the resolutions are now available on the website bundled behind the agenda so you can see them in their entirety prior to the meeting. So
Anyone
please
has
follow
any
the
questions?
instructions if you'd want to speak.
Yeah, if you'd like to speak or have to make a comment, you may just unmute yourself and make yourself available. Right now, I don't see anybody wishing to speak.
Okay. All right. Seeing none, I will close comments from the audience and move on to the bill list. We will go to bills and claims. Will the clerk please read by title only the bill resolution 20-209?
This resolution is authorizing the payment of bills, claims, and statements against the Borough of Milltown in the total amount of $3,650,425.82.
You've heard the reading of this resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move that this resolution be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion by Council President Farkas, second by Councilman Zambrana. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas,
Aye.
Councilman Dixon,
Aye.
Councilman Legati,
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer,
Aye.
Councilman Peretti,
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana.
Aye.
Motion carries to pay the bills.
Thank you. Okay, we will move on to standing committee and introduction of resolutions. When voting on resolutions, all matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and having been reviewed by the Borough Council will be enacted by one motion. Any item may be removed from the consent agenda at the request of any council member, and if so removed, will be treated as a separate matter. Any items requiring expenditure are supported by a certificate of availability of funds. Are there any questions? And does anyone want to pull any resolution from the consent agenda? As there being no request to pull any resolutions, will the clerk please read the consent resolution?
Whereas pursuant to the rules of council, the council may establish a consent agenda for any regular or special meeting. And whereas the Borough Clerk has posted the consent agenda for this meeting. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and the Borough Council of the Borough of Milltown, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that the consent agenda previously prepared by the Borough Clerk be approved without the necessity of having the individual resolutions read by the Borough Clerk.
You've heard the reading of this resolution. What is your pleasure?
Move that the resolution be adopted.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Ligotti, second by Councilman Dixon. Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
And this is to approve the resolutions 2210 through 2220.
Okay.
Council President Farkas,
Aye.
Councilman Dixon,
Aye.
Councilman Ligotti,
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer,
Aye.
Councilman Peretti,
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we will move on to council reports. We will start with the Department of Finance, Administration, and Planning. Councilman Phil Zambrana.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have a short report, mostly a thank you to our BA CFO, Jeanette Larison, for putting the materials together for submission to the county for the 2020 CARES Act. At tonight's meeting, on the agenda, we're actually approving inserting revenue of 5775 with more to come. And if Jeanette, you could just speak a little bit to that about the process and what may be coming forward, I'd appreciate it.
Sure. So with the money that was sent to the county for the CARES Act, the municipality is allowed to submit for any expenses incurred due to COVID-19. So for the borough, this mostly revolves around our PPE expenses. So any, personal protection gear, masks, sanitizer, anything of that nature, we are allowed to submit for reimbursement. Luckily, the borough hasn't had a lot of other incidental expenses, but anything that we can think of that can be attributed to COVID would be then application be made to the county. So this was payment one. I've received some receipts from the rescue squad that I'll be submitting for them as well. And the borough has another, handful of receipts as well. So we're looking to get back, some more money in the near future.
Madam Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, we will move to the Department of Public Safety. Councilman Nick Ligotti.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. As we had the police and fire reports at the last meeting, I have one short report. November 23rd, 2020, Milltown COVID-19 report. Milltown has a total number of cases of 184. As of November 12th, restaurants, bars, club and lounges must stop indoor dining from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Outdoor dining, takeout, and delivery can continue past 10 p.m. All youth indoor interstate sports games and tournaments up until the high school level are prohibited. Inside gatherings of no more than 10, outside gatherings of no more than 150. Borough Hall remains open to the public. Masks are required while in the building. The senior center is closed and will remain closed until further notice. Nationwide update for COVID-19. Confirmed coronavirus infections have surpassed 10 million. All 50 states saw a rise in COVID infections. Cases in the U.S. are up 64% in the last 14 days. Over 100,000 cases a day have been reported for about the past week. Pfizer and biotech, as well as Moderna, have completed phase 3 studies of a COVID-19 vaccine estimated at 95% effective. Links are available on the Milltown Borough website to the County Borough website for more up-to-date information. Please be vigilant and wear your mask and social distance while outside and in the house. And that concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. Next, we have the Department of Utilities, Council President Randy Farkas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No report tonight.
Thank you. Thank you to the Utilities Department for getting the holiday lights up. Everything looks good.
Yes, it does.
Appreciate it.
'Tis the season.
Exactly. Next, we will move on to the Department of Public Works and Recycling, Councilwoman Anna Newbauer.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. I also have nothing to report tonight. Thank you.
Anna, do you have, is it on the website what the schedule is for the holiday week?
For the holiday, for the garbage pickup?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is. I believe it's not on the website. It's on the website on Recycle Coach, but hold on, let me go there really quick.
Because I think there may have been a nixel too, but that might let people know because it's 2 days this week without garbage. And also, so the leaf bags are available till when? Do you know?
I believe they're going to be available up until this weekend, because I know they had them this past weekend, but that might have been it. I don't have a report on that specifically.
That's fine. Just curious.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find, it's no problem. I mean, I would encourage everybody just to go to the Borough website, use Recycle Coach, or go to the DPW page. I know that there's no collection Thursday and Friday. I think Thursdays is picked up on Tuesday and Fridays is picked up on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. That is correct, Madam Mayor. Thank you. Thank you. It takes a team to figure out the garbage. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Anna. Next, we'll move on to Department of Environmental Health and Social Services, Councilman Ron Dixon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The Board of Health meeting is scheduled for tomorrow evening, so therefore there's no report on that this evening. And the Environmental Commission's meeting that was scheduled for this coming Wednesday has been put off until the following Wednesday due to the Thanksgiving holiday. And that concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And next is Department of Recreation, Councilman James Peretti.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. For SAC, please be advised that the SAC refunds have been requested and will be processed this week. Please look for your refund in the mail. From the Recreation Department, due to COVID-19, the Recreation men's winter basketball will not be offered this year. We will revisit offering the program in the spring. The Recreation Department will not be offering indoor winter youth basketball at this time as well. Please look for details on Channel 15 for information regarding Milltown's annual Christmas tree lighting. We thank everyone for their patience during this time and continue to pray for everyone's safety and well-being. We ask that you still abide by the social distancing orders and wear your mask. And I do have one other report to share. I think it was a couple of meetings ago, I mentioned about meeting with Ralph at DPW, along with Councilwoman Newbauer, to go over some of our park improvement plans and set a plan in place to identify any park improvements, and that way we can start making a plan to use the county funds that were promised to us for a matching grant for park improvement projects. So we had a meeting with Ralph. We did a tour of a couple of parks already. We're in the process of getting quotes and estimates for certain projects. And then once we have all in hand, we'll be able to work with Phil and Jeanette and get a idea of the budget and put a plan into place for year 2021 and beyond.
Great. Thank you. Looking forward to it. Okay, next we will go to our administrator report from Jeanette Larison.
You're muted.
I couldn't get it off. I couldn't turn the mute off. I have no report other than to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Stay safe and enjoy.
Thank you, Jeanette. Same to you. Next, we will move to our engineer report, Mr. Michael McClellan.
One report tonight, Madam Mayor, and that is to advise, if you don't know already, that the borough received from the NJDOT Trust Fund Authority Act $520,233 for improvements to the Clayton Court. That was a project, you may remember, that we submitted through the trust applications at the last round, and we're pleased to provide you with this information tonight. And that basically covers the estimated construction cost. As usual, the soft costs are covered by the borough's own ordinance, but that basically is the bulk, or is the total construction cost estimated. And that includes the complete reconstruction, curb replacement, sidewalk, and basin top replacement on the road. That's all we have tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Actually, I got the letter too, the official letter, so I was going to read that later. So I'll read it for everybody, but thank you.
All right.
Good news. And
that's
next
all
we will have our attorney report, Mr. Peter Vignola.
No report from me, just a happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we will move on to old business. Does any member of the council have any old business they would like to bring before us this evening? Seeing none, does any member of the council have any new business they would like to bring up this evening?
Madam Mayor, I'm not sure if this would go under council comments or right now. New business as of 5 seconds ago. I did look up the trash, my little thing about the trash. Trash pickup for Thursday, November 26th will be on Tuesday, November 24th. Okay. Trash pickup for Friday, November 27th will be on Wednesday, November 25th. So basically move both of them back. So if you normally put yours out on Thursday, put it out tomorrow. If you normally put it out on Friday, put it out on Wednesday.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate it. Any other new business? If not, we will close new business and move on to audience comments. The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comment until the speaker has finished. It should be further noted that public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has specific questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the appropriate office during regular business hours or with a member of council during their allotted meeting hours. Please state your name and address for the record when you speak. So again, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand, you can unmute and follow our clerk's guidance.
You can make yourself available either by demuting and speaking or send me a chat, but I don't see anyone wishing to speak at this time. We'll give everybody another minute in case they are interested, but I think, Mayor, I don't have anyone requesting to speak.
All right. Seeing none, I will close audience comments and go move on to, we have council comments, but I wanted to take one quick minute to read the letter that we got from the Department of Transportation. It says, Dear Mayor, I am pleased to inform you that Milltown has been selected to receive funding from the New Jersey Department of Transportation fiscal year 2021 municipal aid program for Clayton Court improvements in the amount of $520,233. NJDOT's municipal aid program is a very competitive program. This year, the department received 635 applications from 549 municipalities requesting more than $342 million. There is $161.25 million available in funds from the Transportation Trust Fund supported by the state gas tax. As part of the department's commitment to communities, NJDOT provides statewide assistance for local governments for improvements to and preservation of the local transportation network. This network makes up about 90% of New Jersey's roadways. The successful completion of your project will help achieve this goal and provide your constituents and everyone that uses local roads a transportation system that provides the mobility that they deserve. Again, thank you for your support of this program and good luck with your project. So that's always good to hear. I had one other update. It's about the HRC. So we ended we got all our applications at the end of October. It's totally on me that I have to follow up with folks, but I have to say that now that we have a new clerk and we're putting a process in place, we are going to work together very soon, probably the first week in December, to go over all of the committees and make sure that we get this done right. So I know that people are very interested and, we will be following up, but we want to make sure that we do the process right. And since we've had a lot of changeover and since, to be quite honest, I just didn't have time to follow up with everybody. So I'm going to say that by the next meeting, you will hear from us, all of the people that applied, and we really appreciate it. And we will definitely have a conclusion to the process. And then moving forward for the reorg, we'll have a meeting schedule and everything for 2021. So that's my update. So now I will move on to council comments. Does any member of the council have any comments this evening? Seeing none, I will close council comments and we will have a resolution of the Borough Council of the Borough of Milltown authorizing the discussion of matters in a closed session pursuant to the statutory exclusions of NJSA 10-4-12. So we need to ask for a roll call for that.
Yes, we'll do a roll call. Council President Farkas?
Aye.
We need a motion for that.
I do.
Sorry.
I do, Peter.
Yeah. So do I have a motion for executive?
So moved.
You
Second.
want me to read the whole thing?
No, we have a new script. We're good. So I read it and then we'll do a motion and then we'll vote on it.
Second.
Right.
I'll repeat myself. Council President Farkas?
Aye.
Councilman Dixon?
Aye.
Councilman Ligotti?
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Aye.
Councilman Peretti?
Aye.
And Councilman Zambrana?
Aye.
The motion carries to move the Borough Council into an executive session.
Thank you. So the Borough Council will be entering an executive session. The public will be excluded from this portion of the meeting to permit the council to consider matters appropriate for discussion in such a session. The Borough Council will briefly convene into a private breakout room and thereafter will return to the meeting room to the open session. At this time, I'd like to defer to Attorney Vignola for an explanation of the subject matter to be discussed.
Subject matter is litigation
With or without action?
without action coming up.
Okay. All right. So we will now go into the breakout room for the executive session. And thank you all for joining. Happy Thanksgiving in case you're not here when we return.
Okay, it's just going to take me a second to get the breakout room set up.
That's fine, no rush.